Hello friends, welcome to Learning. My name is Dr. Ben. Today we are going to learn some awesome stuff. Learning is for everyone. Let's make it fun and let's enjoy. Welcome back to the Intermediate Excel series. Today we're in Lesson 4, Module 3, Sorting and Filtering. Let's get started. In this module, you will sort and filter records in a data range and table. Let's take a look at the learning objectives. At the end of this module, you will be able to sort and filter records and perform a custom sort. A little scenario here to get us started. Let's say you are a baker of delicious cookies. Chocolate chip, oatmeal, snickerdoodle, peanut butter, you get the idea. Your good friend has been entering the cookie receipts into an Excel spreadsheet for the past month. You would like to sort the receipts in a number of ways, first by variety and then by multiple sales. Well, this is where sorting and filtering comes into play. Sorting can be construed as the arrangement of data in a prescribed sequence. Let me repeat that. Sorting can be construed as the arrangement of data in a prescribed sequence. Depending on the data arrangement orientation, you can sort columns or rows to display text such as names or companies in alphabetical order or numerical from largest to smallest. As you see in front of me here, we have the Excel spreadsheet for the cookies here. I can sort based on the cities, which is textual data, the product, textual data, or the unit price, which is the actual numerical data. To sort our data in this range here, we're going to go and select a cell. I want to put my cell and sort it by the price. I place my cursor into my cell, and I want to sort. I'm going to right click on this data and select sort. Notice that I have the smallest by sort to the largest or largest to smallest. That's because I have selected my numerical data. I'm going to select this by smallest to largest and look what happens. It brings up all of my data sorted by the smallest price, $15 for the biscotti, $15 for the chocolate chunk, and so on. I want to go back now and sort this by the product textual data. I want to put this in a certain order. I want to right click again, going down to sort, and notice I now have the ability to sort A to Z or Z to A because I'm in a textual data field. I'm going to sort this from Z to A. Notice in my product, I have lemon bars, gingerbread, chocolate chip, and so on. It's going from Z to A. The same can apply here if I have this data in a table. I'm creating my table as we did in prior modules. So I have my data here. Let me open these up a bit. Well, I'll leave that there. So I can then take my data in my table, highlight my cell data, right click. The same applies. I can sort from A to Z or Z to A. I'm going to sort from A to Z. So the same process applies in my table and in my data range. Now, one thing to note here, I selected the entire column for sort. Actually, I can also select just the cell itself and sort all the content in that particular column. As you see here, sorting to Z to A, I've selected one cell in the column, and the entire column is sorted. I can go back, select one cell in the column, right click, sort A to Z. My entire column is sorted. Now remember, this is a smaller data set. You may have a data set that may be 100 rows. You can select one cell, right click, and sort. Let's talk about the orientation of our sorting options. Most data sets are arranged in a column layout with labels defining the information in each column, as you see here: custom order ID, date order placed, and so on. This is my layout for a column layout. In this Cells tab here, I have what's called a row header layout. In Excel, the default setting for sorting orientation is to sort from top to bottom. If the data set you're working with is a row labeled layout or a row header layout, you will need to change the sort options orientation. To do that, we simply go to our home ribbon right here and go over to the editing group, clicking on the sort and filter, selecting custom sort. Notice it's telling me that it can't be applied because there's no ranges set. Okay, we'll buy that. I'm going to go over here and set my range right here. Now go over to sort and filter, custom sort, hit options. Notice that I have my sort top to bottom. That's normally defaulted, but I've been playing with this earlier. I'm going to select sort left to right and click OK. Now, sorting left to right, this means that I have my headers on the left side right here: region, sales representative, and sales amount. My data is on the right side here. I want to sort this data to align with what I want on the left side of my sheet here. I'm going to take a look at the region. I want to sort this region from A to Z. What I'm going to do now is go here to row 3, select row 3. My cell values are the same, and select A to Z. Notice now my region is now east, north, south, and west, A to Z. Now, when you are selecting your ranges for your sorting, never select your range of your headers, because they will be then sorted in your data. So don't select that, just select the data you want to sort. Let's see here. Let me show you what's going to happen. If I select my data there, with my header showing here in this range, it's going to be mixed in with my sort. I want to sort row 3, A to Z. Yeah, it is. Let's go to Z to A. Z to A. Click OK. Where's my headers? Oh my gosh, we've lost data here. So never ever Control Z to get back. Never ever select your headers while you're in your orientation row header, because it will be mixed in with your data. We don't want that. I'm going to go now and select my data here. I want to look at my sales reps from A to Z. Hit sort, custom sort. I'm going to select row 4. Cell values are the same, A to Z. Click OK. I now have selected here Alan, Ben, Bob, Brenda, and so on from A to Z. Lastly, I want to select my numbers. I want to look at my data for the sales amount and find out what's the highest amount here. I'm going to sort and filter, custom sort, sort by row 5, my cell amount. Cell values keep the same. I'm going to select largest to smallest. The reason it pops up as largest to smallest is because I'm in my numerical data set. Clicking OK. It shows me 700 is the largest, smallest is 100. Let's take a look at filtering. We are back now at the cookie shop table, and we're talking about filtering. There may be times where sorting isn't enough. There's just too much data in the worksheet to figure out the answers to the questions you have about the data. Remember, you may have data that is 100 or 200 rows long, and the sorting may not do it for you. For this or similar situations, filtering can help you immensely. You can choose which data to temporarily hide for a column or multiple columns. It can be said that filtering in Excel permits you to temporarily hide rows of data based on the criteria you set, showing only the rows that meet your specifications. Now here we have our cookie shop table. When I locate the filter command next to the column label we want to sort, I want to sort out or filter the product table here, the product column. If that filter command is not present, we see it here, we're going to go up to, by clicking into the table itself to highlight our table design ribbon, go up to the filter button and make sure it's checked. If it's not checked, go ahead and check it to bring up our filtering command. We're going to filter our product by a certain product, actually. We're going to hit the filter. I'm going to deselect all. I'm going to look for those chocolate chip products. How many do I have? I have 2 based on my filtering. Remember, filtering is different from sorting. Sorting allows us to go through and do what? Our sorting allows us to go through and arrange the data in a prescribed sequence, whereas filtering allows us to go through and temporarily hide the rows of data based on our criteria we set. The criteria we set here is filter only by chocolate chip. Let's look at that filter again. Deselecting that chocolate chip, I want to look at all the lemon bars. We have 1. So filtering can be very helpful to you as you're trying to find out or answer questions to your data. Let's take a look at other columns that we can filter. I'm going to go ahead and select all here. I want to take a look at now my unit price and filter on, let's see, there we go. Deselect, I want to see all those items that are $30. There we go. These are all of my orders for 30 bucks. So as you see here, filtering can come in handy. And select all again to bring back all of my data. Let's say I want to go ahead and remove all the filters from my worksheet. To do that, I simply go to my Data tab once again, over here in my table design. There we go. And deselect the filter button. All my filters are now gone. I can also do the keyboard shortcut Alt-D-F-F by hitting Alt on my keyboard. Alt-D-F-F allows me to also delete my filter buttons in that fashion. Let's take a look now at custom sorting. I'm going to go to my wedding list here and let's just discuss the custom sorting. Sorting data is basically an essential part of data analysis. You're going to love this. Imagine you are tracking a list of wedding invitation responses. You can arrange a list of names in alphabetical order, compile a list of guests each invitee is bringing, and sort these numbers from the highest to the lowest. You can even order rows by colors or icons assigned to special guests. Sorting data helps you quickly visualize and understand your data better, organize and find the data you want, and make more effective decisions. So when you sort text can be sorted alphabetically, as we talked about earlier, descending order or ascending order, and numbers are sorted by smallest to the largest. Let's say I want to go through here and perform a custom sort. I can click in any cell here in my range, go over to sort and filter once again, and custom sort. From here, I can sort by last name, first name, and so on. My cell values will be those textual data, or I can just choose the cell color, font, or conditional formatting. Let's start off first by looking at the cell values in A to Z. I want to sort by last name of my guest, cell values, my text, A to Z, and see what happens. There we go. I've sorted by last name. Burns is first, with Smith being last. I'm going to keep that text box clicked. Going back to sort and filter, custom sort. I want to sort now by last name, but I want to sort by colors, cell colors. My cell colors are right here. It's checked. And notice that I have my cell color here in my sort box. My cell colors on my Excel spreadsheet says kids, light blue. I want to place this data on the bottom of my sheet. There we go. So I can sort by color, which means my colors now are situated here on the bottom. And my colors here I've outlined as blue being the kids. I now can see how many kids I have coming out to this wedding. I'm going to go back to my custom sort again. Going back to find and select. Sort and filter. Custom sort. I want to sort once again the last name, cell values, A to Z. And I'm back at my alphabetical order. So this particular custom sorting is wonderful. It has a bunch of stuff that you can do with it here. So take time and go through and just play with your custom sorting and see what you come up with. It's now time for a knowledge check. Attempt to answer the questions presented. You may pause the video after each question to review. Return to the lesson when you are ready. The answers to each question will be displayed a few seconds after the reading of the question and the possible answers. Let's begin. In Excel, sorting is best defined as A, the arrangement of data in a prescribed sequence, B, the arrangement of data, C, the arrangement of partial data, D, the arrangement of some data. The answer is A, the arrangement of data in a prescribed sequence. In Excel, filtering can be best described as A feature used to hide rows that meet various criteria, B, a feature used to hide rows, C, a feature that permits you to temporarily hide rows of data based on criteria you set, showing only the rows that meet your specifications, D, a feature that hides large amounts of data. The answer is C, a feature that permits you to temporarily hide rows of data based on criteria you set, showing only the rows that meet your specifications. What did we learn from Lesson 4? In this lesson, Lesson 4, Modules 1 through 3, we discussed how to format data as a table and change the table style, convert a table to a range, configure table style options, insert and manage rows, columns, and the total number of rows, name a table, define a name range, sort and filter records, and perform a custom sort. This is the end of Lesson 4. Stay tuned for Lesson 5, using formulas and functions. Thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for the next training session. I hope you enjoyed Lesson 4. Thank you again. Have a great day. Goodbye.